Howdy once again, Indie Warriors, and welcome back to Upcoming Indies for the week of Monday, the 30th of January through February 5th. Before we head into the month of love, we would like to take a moment to thank our great indie sponsor this week, and it's Squishy Games. Their science fiction themed roguelite, Rogue Invader, released back in 2021 to positive reviews on Steam. The first thing that caught my attention with this title is its lovely black and white aesthetic. Really nice looking game. With the 1.1 update, the game is introducing many improvements since that original release. You'll have multiple difficulties to choose from, weapons to craft, bots that you can hack, friends to earn, though you kind of force them to be your friend, and so much more. The developers have made the tutorial far more accessible than before, which means you won't feel as overwhelmed or frustrated, hopefully. Battling waves of enemies should be more entertaining now too, but did you miss Rogue Invader the first go-around altogether? Well then, the developers have gone for this unique 1-bit old-school art as I mentioned, and you play as the Invader. These aliens will not be going down easy though, they're nasty little buggers, so despite the updates, still expect plenty of challenge, especially on hard mode. Speaking of aliens, we were talking about Area 51 last night. What the heck do you think is in there? Maybe it looks something like the world of Rogue Invader. Yeah, don't try to go over there and find out though. Instead, check out Rogue Invader now and end this dang alien war. Once again, a huge thank you to Squishy Games for sponsoring this video, and now it's on to our upcoming indie games. Okay then, before we get into February, we have a bit of January left to close out with the release of Backfire Wall kicking things off on the 30th. I've had my eye on this game since we previewed it a while back, as it looks to have the humor and wit of a Portal game mixed with really off-the-wall puzzles. This self-described first-person tragic comedy adventure puts you inside of a smartphone, and so we'll just have to see if the puzzles are fun or frustrating when Backfire Wall comes to PC, PlayStation consoles, Xbox consoles, and then Switch at a later date.
Photos and social media F? Wait a nanosecond. How did they even get in here? Are you in the mood for some party in the speakers? The XORNOR hosts the best ones, believe you me. I've always loved to visit this place. Mr. User Gallery. Have fun with the colors. You see that glowy green thing? That's acid, and I assure you, you don't want to touch it. Use your skill to make a path for us. Unzipper seems to have made itself at home around here. Maybe because of the heat? Nothing like a toxic exotic vacation, right? You're doing fine, but there still is a long way to go. Just to make sure, if it was up to you, you wouldn't replace me, would you?
The king needs your help. He has a dilemma, I guess. The King's Dilemma Chronicles will also launch on the 30th and is a politically charged simulation RPG. Your choices will play a huge role in how your story unfolds, as you'll also cast votes and manage resources while gaining both greed and influence across the nation. The game features 12 different houses, 300 dilemmas, and multiple endings too.
Will you defend the poor and oppressed, or serve the interests of the rich and powerful? Will you fund the pursuits of innovation and progress, or the search for precious ancient artifacts? Will you dabble with forbidden knowledge, or support the preservation of traditions? Face hundreds of political dilemmas. Listen to the advice of the council members, or overrule their decisions. Prepare for the final uprising, foreshadowed by an ancient prophecy. Act for the greater good, or think only of yourself. Will you be able to carry the burden of responsibility?
Trek to Yomi was a Golden Genie Lamp winner here at I Dream of Indie Games when it launched last year, and now Switch owners will have an opportunity to slice their way through this outstanding action-adventure title. You've probably heard of this game by now, so as always, it's going to come down to how this thing performs on Switch, because it is a beautiful experience. So I'm hoping for a good port. It's been far too long since we had a great boxing game, even though Real Boxing 2, for whatever reason, is our most viewed video ever on the channel here at I Dream of Indie Games. But anyways, that just shows the thirst for boxing games, right? Developer Steel City Interactive knows that folks want these boxing titles, so it's time to lace up and head into early access with Undisputed. With outstanding lifelike visuals, real licensed boxers, and unique controls, we'll just have to see if we finally have a new King of the Ring. Another early access release from the folks at Raw Fury, always busy over there. This is Superfuse, which is an online co-op dungeon crawler featuring a comic book art style. There are 3 classes to choose from, and I see a lot of potential to have fun playing through this with a friend or 2, or maybe even 3. As someone who enjoys hack and slash gameplay, I'm looking forward to giving Superfuse a go. The seasons, they do be changing. An emotional narrative experience awaits in Season, A Letter to the Future. You play as a character who's off on his own for the very first time in a chase to collect memories before all is lost. You'll meet many folks along your journeys with a strong emphasis on sound and music. We'll just have to see if this one can hit us in the feels.
And met the last remaining inhabitants. A widow, her son, an old artist, a community organizer, a reclusive monk. I was with them in the final moments before the evacuation. Who are they? What kind of power shaped their lives? And how is it connected to what will happen to us? If the answers aren't in my journal, if these lives aren't captured here, they'll be lost in the turning of the season.
Who didn't love the 8-bit era? One of my favorites personally. 8-Bit Adventures 2 is a callback to old school JRPGs of the NES, SNES, and PS1 era. Turn-based battles, pixel art, and retro RPG music await. With a turn-based combat system that borrows inspiration from Mother 3 and Chrono Trigger, and a lovable cast of characters, I'm looking forward to sinking 40 hours into it myself. Another release heading into early access, Inkulinati, is an ink-based strategy game with a medieval setting. I think this game looks really great with a striking artistic direction, and while I'm no Mr. Tactics, there's enough here to have my interest. The game should feature plenty of unlockables and a robust single-player campaign. Very cool.
And became a little bit grumpy, or God-free, all-powerful but childish. And there is me, the holy healer, but most of all, Inkulinati Master, Saint Hildegard. Do you want to be as renowned as me? The Master will show you in the Academy how to be an Inkulinati and how to party hard. But it's not all drawing beasts. You need the mind of a tactician. Be prepared for a life of adventure. Gold, fame, new friends, and most importantly, quills. They're mightier than the swords, you know. Defeat other masters of ink and become a living legend.
SilentSigns is gonna love this next one. Rhythm Sprout Sick Beats and Bad Sweets kicks off February, and it's no secret that we love a good rhythm game here at I Dream of Indie. With everything from K-pop to hip-hop, the game features 30 levels where you'll be stepping to the beat. Done with the campaign? Fear not, other modes like Turbo and Mirror should keep the party going through the night. Originally released on PC back in 2021, East Asia Soft will be handling console versions of Albacete Warrior, a hilarious-looking action beat-em-up with plenty of chickens. This one doesn't look like it takes things very seriously, but for what it's worth, it has a mostly positive rating on Steam, so there's some hope. Story-rich sci-fi adventure Deliver Us Mars will be making a special delivery on February 2nd. Deliver Us Mars looks to expand upon Deliver Us the Moon as you explore vast landscapes while trying to endure and survive. The narrative looks powerful and the visuals really quite jaw-dropping.
Really don't seem to want us to go. If you saw the WSA using so many resources to send 4 people to space, you'd be angry too. Whoa. Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission?
I'll see you soon, Moonbat.
1.
Have you ever seen anything like this? It's incredible.
I need to know that when we get there, you'll make the right decisions.
So, what now?
Let's hustle on over to Your Only Move is Hustle. This is an action experience where execution is everything. This super-powered combat simulator features turn-based gameplay, anime-ass looking battles, and precise controls for executing combos. Online play too. Stylish 1 to 4 player FPS action game Perish is launching also on the 2nd. So try not to die, as the title implies. Don't perish. Take down gold corpses to a metal soundtrack, battle bosses, and discover cosmic secrets of the unknown. With a good variety of weapons and post-launch support promised, hopefully this one won't perish amongst the sea of FPS games. great-looking shoot-'em-up Drainus is coming to Switch, and I've heard nothing but good things about the original PC release. Unfortunately, it also comes with a higher price tag on Switch, so PC players or Steam Deck owners might want to stick with that, but if Switch is your only option, you'll be absorbing bullets and experiencing a compelling storyline, at least by shoot-'em-up standards, soon. Old Games Coming to Switch Week continues with The Pathless, a really beautiful open-world adventure from the folks that created Abzu. You are a hunter as you perform beautiful acrobatic feats. I really loved the original release, so as always, let's hold our breath that it runs okay on Nintendo's handheld. Helvetii closes out the week and is a beautiful-looking indie action-adventure game where you're tasked with destroying the rot. Use various combat skills and powers in hopes of surviving as you take control of 3 unique playable characters and discover the secrets of the Gaul. So that's gonna do it for this week, folks. As always, thank you for all that you do for independent developers, publishers, and for I Dream of Indie Games. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, or help us bring a voice to the voiceless over at patreon.com/idreamofindiegames. You'll get exclusive content and all of our main shows ad and sponsor free. You'll also gain Discord access, and let me tell you, it's an incredible community to be a part of. If our live streams are more your thing, become an indie warrior for custom emoji, badges, and more. So I'll see you on the channel for more great indie gaming content.